This is the Liquid Courage Podcast, a in-depth look at every episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog. On this episode, we check out Courage the Fly and Katz Kandy, featuring Taylor, Tim, and Sheldon. Now here are your hosts. Welcome to the Liquid Courage Podcast.
Yeah, welcome to the Liquid Courage Podcast. My name is Sheldon. I'm joined by my good friend Taylor and some guy named Tim, I guess.
I am recording, so we can use that if you want to.
Fuck it. Yeah, why not? Here we
Hey,
are.
man, it's about as much effort as this Courage episode put forth.
I'm so...
You're out of it. You're sounding...
I'm so confused. I am so fucking confused. That's the thing. Like, I was like, oh, I'll turn on when we get to the episode. Or when we get to the recordings. And, like, after both of these fucking... Holy macaronis.
I hate macaroni.
Man, these episodes,
These
they
episodes.
they knocked me off my feet. I
Before we so this we are actually starting, right? I don't want to confuse you both or anything, right? We're good.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Here we are.
Okay.
We're here now.
Just
Let's do
sorry.
it.
The low energy is throwing me off.
That was
Hey.
our cold open. Here we are.
Here we are. Yeah. Okay. One thing I want to talk about before we get into the episodes is that this episode is coming out late.
No shit, Tim. They're gonna see it late, Tim.
It was my fault.
It was my fault.
It was a
Spartacus.
it was a teamwork effort.
I was gonna
fail.
say all of us kind of fucked up at one point.
I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
My captain, my captain.
Damn, fucking goddamn it, Tim.
That's as far back as I go. Sorry.
Hey, man.
You're like
It's
another
okay.
one of you're like another one of our friends who won't watch movies older than like 1990.
I can't even tell if that's directed at me or not.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's directed at someone who will not be named on this podcast because they will know the minute they hear that line.
They're coming for us.
I will get an angry text message.
How dare no. But yeah.
That requires them to listen to us. I don't know.
They do. I know.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah.
Hey, you out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. By the way, thank you. I think we hit 500 listens officially
man.
through Anchor, which is what we use. Is what I saw. 490. So this episode should put us at 500.
God damn it! Didn't even get it there.
Sorry.
Hey, man, 490 is still impressive. You are our anchor. You are our rock. Thank
Is
you
that
for being with
total
us.
listens? Is that how that works?
That is all the listens for what I can see, not including YouTube.
Is that unique listens or is that
Those-
recurring listens?
I'm not sure. I think that's just overall.
Well, man, Tim, you came to the
I don't know
table
what the
and
fuck.
I was.
Taylor, we all came to the table a little.
But I
was-
do want to
was-
say
I'm-
thank you all the people who listen on YouTube because we do have a couple episodes that have over 100 views on there.
Nice.
cool.
So thank you so very much.
Do we have nice comments on those videos?
We have comments. We have a dude that
As
wants
much
to be
as I
our
was
friend on
expecting.
there.
I
so.
see you, commenters. I see you.
Da-da-da,
I see
da-da.
deer. Never mind.
I see your home.
I can see into your soul.
I can see your house.
I can see the little legs of Fly Courage in my dreams.
I will never not see that. Actually, that was fun.
Jeez.
Hey,
What a way to get into the episode.
hey, guess what? There's another Liquid Courage podcast.
Oh yeah, is it about courage?
No, it is. I'm on YouTube and I just typed in the Liquid Courage podcast, and they are the Liquid Courage podcast because we clearly stole the name because
Oh,
they just started like 4 months ago.
oh,
And they are Canadian actors. They're ladies,
my feet.
and
my
they
pride.
drink and they talk about things.
Wow, they did just as much legwork as we did to create this podcast.
They have
Love
actual celeb. Well, okay, I'm gonna roll that shit.
They have
back.
celebrities like I
they
interview
have
celebrities. Come on.
They have people that show up on their podcast. By the way, it looks.
Hey man.
Hey, this is an official call out. The Liquid Courage podcast on YouTube, which I assume that you're on other things too. Stay the fuck off my turf.
We're calling you out.
How dare you?
Stay the fuck off my turf. Where a comedian interviews a comedian interview podcast where each week actors, I'm not going to tell you, chats with a different woman in entertainment industry.
I will throw this out there. I am willing to come on your show at any point.
God damn it.
Tim the sellout over here.
Wow, look at that.
Jesus.
I will extend the olive branch even if you want.
I dare not get on another show for less than $50 an hour.
I shall burn it to the ground.
I think they should have all of us.
We were here
on,
first.
and
we were here a year ago.
We should just have a fight and a debate about who should.
Can I put a copyright? Never mind.
No, you can't
do
because
that.
we can't because we didn't start this name.
We would have to copyright the name.
Trademark. Wouldn't that be a trademark?
You are absolutely correct.
I like the guy. I like the guy that's on one of our YouTube ones. That
Don't
commented. He just commented. You should talk more about body horror. No.
Don't worry. We're getting to that.
Yeah, this is an episode for that. Actually, there's some good body horror in this episode.
That episode, the first 30 seconds of the first Courage episode is awful.
It's fun, man. I just realized I've had my arm resting upon my boom for the entire start of this recording, and I imagine there's fine. Yeah, but there might be some fun creaks, and I am sorry if there are.
No, you're good.
Oh, that's good.
There was.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. I am a professional. I interview celebrities on the side.
Yeah, that's the best way you should say that too.
It's funny. It's I don't want to talk bad about the collector's maze, which what I do on the side.
Oh goddamn it, he plugged it.
But
he plugged it.
It's funny because they didn't know I was on this podcast, and so I followed them with our Liquid Courage account or Liquid Podcast at Twitter. And they're like, "Hey, you want to be interviewed?" I was like, "I'm Tim." He goes, "That's neat. We'll have you be interviewed by our editor, Tim." Perfect.
Speaking of which, our Twitter is at liquid _podcast.
Podcast.
If you want to go ahead and talk to us, that's the best way to get in touch with us. Follow us for updates and fun things, and we retweet things. Most of it seems to be Tim's
plugs.
Shameless self-promotion.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you guys were doing shit on the side, I'd plug it too.
No, I have a real job.
Oh God!
Do you want me turned on or go back to sleepy Taylor?
No, turned on. Keep going.
All right.
Oh fucking Christ! He destroyed you.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a minute. Sorry.
I apologize. I had business.
Well, it's
dude,
not just you.
It's the current year.
Yeah.
And so it's it ain't great for anybody. And every once in a while we get ill or we have things to do, and it just happens. Until I get sponsored by one of the mattress companies, I'm not
most likely.
We can get. I think the dude who made the best pillow, who also now is endorsing various political candidates.
I'm glad that you called it the best pillow. I was going to fucking correct you, and I went, I don't want to
give him money.
Yeah.
This is the best pillow because it's made out of sponge.
Yeah. Give me the person that makes the blanket that hugs your back.
Depression.
You're right. Yeah,
we can't find the person that made that. That's just something we all have.
They killed themselves.
Yeah, everybody, welcome back. It's nice that you're here. We're happy to be here. We're gonna talk about fun things today. We're gonna talk about Courage the Fly and Katz Kandy, and man, these are great episodes. My brain can't wrap my head it can't wrap its head around the first one.
Like in Eldritch Horror, your brain just sort of shuts off as you watch it.
Dude, it just circled in such weird. It was there was so much stuff that I just couldn't deal.
And yeah, there is like not just in writing, and when you're writing a television show that is supposed to be 30 minutes, which is actually 24. You have an A story, a B story, and then sometimes a C story. This had like a D story as well.
This had there were so many stories
like 5
happening.
Stories going on.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be something different.
And there's a character who we all know and love and care about in the first episode that we're going to talk about, and I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, just to get ahead of this, not always the most
Continue.
I'm trying to think of the way to put it. I don't know if you could get away with a character like that today.
You could not.
Man, we couldn't get away with a non. You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
You could probably get away with that up until like 2016.
Yeah,
I would say.
I don't know. Maybe you could still get away. He is a baffling man, and it is a baffling character, and I'm not gonna go super deep into.
He's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
No, it's just one of those moments where like it hits your ears, and you're like, "Oh, I forgot about you," and how deep that actually goes.
Yes,
that
his name should tell you it all. His name is D. Lung.
Yeah,
which I'm sure is some kind of cheeky reference to something.
I'm sure, or the lungs.
The lungs.
D. Lungs, yeah, the lungs.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna talk about it though. And the first episode the first part of the episode we watched is going to be Courage the Fly, and
it catches you off guard.
It's the weirdest episode. Well, it's the strangest episode because like it starts in one direction and then just flips into this other one.
What was Courage doing out there by DeLong?
No, we don't know. That's the thing. Like, he just walked out to see him. He's
what was DeLong doing out there with a trash can and a fucking magnet?
He was obviously doing some sort of experimentation.
Yeah.
But then he was like, well, there's this dog here. Let's just spritz a little bit of that magic goo on there.
So, yeah, that's the thing. March 16th, 2001 was our original air date. And
time for Courage and Dilworth.
Yeah, so we cut in the beginning to outside the Bag Farm in the countryside there, and you have D-Lung, who is making a space magnet. That's how I'm going to call it, a space magnet.
Yeah,
he didn't say like what it was supposed to do, right?
He did. Yeah. He was like, it should pull. I think he said it should pull down a satellite. Like he talks about it pulling down a satellite.
Wait, so okay.
So he's a terrorist.
Yeah, I was just about to say, does that make him a domestic? Because later in the episode, they do mention that again, another satellite is falling. So wait, that means he's been doing this all across the country.
So he has a tin can.
Another thing.
Yeah.
He has a bat umbrella and a big magnet.
And
he says, "I'm gonna make a satellite fall, you fool."
Sounds like a really bad Bond villain.
And
before we do that, gonna make you different.
And it's done. And then he just points to his foot and goes, "Look, Okay, I'm going to quote. I realize now I have to do this. D-Lung talks in a very stereotypical Asian American accent. I'm not going to do a voice, but I'm going to read the quote word for word.
Okay,
he says, "Look, I invent extra toe." And
right, yeah, and then you get
I can make you famous. And he pulls out a big old vial and drops a little bit of it on Courage, who is very upset by this.
I mean, if somebody did that to me, I'd just be.
I don't know why Courage stands there and shakes his head, though, Sheldon. Like, why didn't he run?
there's a subconscious part of him that goes, well, maybe he will make me famous. Well, I mean, you never know until you try, right?
Well, I mean, I think he's just stunned by fear.
Yeah.
You know? Like, oh no,
Courage.
the green vial,
but
Corona,
here's-
it's happening.
No, but here's the thing. Okay, so let's do that. Let's break down the fight or flight response. In psychology, you have 3 responses to a stimuli that is going to invoke fear. You have the fight, which you stand there and you fight back. You have the flight, in which you run the fuck away. And then now you have what we call the freeze. And that's when you just stand there and freeze. Every other instance where bad things are going to happen, courage runs away first.
Hey, man, I don't know about that. There's been plenty of times where he just sits there and screams.
Yeah.
Oh, he says, I can make you different, by the way, not famous.
I can make you different.
Yeah. And so courage stands there when a strange man in your field who just said he's going to pull a satellite out of space pulls out a big green vial and then just gets ready to dip you in it.
We all know Gary, the homeless transient down the street. He says the same thing. Like
He
once
yells,
a week.
he yells into space and
You don't want what's in his vial. Don't do it. Don't go for it.
Tim knows.
Oh,
Tim knows.
I live in the city. You don't want that.
yeah. And well, I think that it might end up about the same as it does for at least courage in those first parts, at least the feeling inside your head. Because courage gets body horror.
Oh God,
Yeah. There was like 5 different instances.
His left eye explodes outward and is bloodshot.
Right.
He then gets little head, massive jaw, and teeth.
You wouldn't let
the
out.
one
Okay.
that gets me the most is the one where his tongue just expands.
That's
to a huge
next.
Oh,
size.
that's the worst. Like, oh.
Exploded tongue with all of the little taste buds just out and about.
Wow.
Then you have Cerberus courage, the 3-headed courage.
My favorite.
D-Lung laughs. Courage is very upset. Then you get sexy leg courage, where his legs turn into very fancy lady legs.
Now
that are kicking.
Now hold on.
Then
Sexy is like.
Hey,
I mean,
it's
that's
the
what
early.
they're going for.
Remember, Courage is still playing back to like the OG cartoons where they could do things like that. So, and it's
Hello,
early
my
thousands. This is actually a still pre 9/11 show. So,
Yeah.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
And then we have Buff Courage.
my favorite, mom tattoo. That's right.
Then we have Beaver Courage, where he eats a block of wood that then turns into dynamite and he explodes. Don't ask questions, kid.
I make you different. It's fine.
And then, in true cartoon fashion, we have the very large boom that appears on screen.
Oh.
And then we have Burn Courage.
And then we have Burn Courage.
Remember when mushroom clouds are just a figment and not really something you're worried about on a day-to-day basis?
And then
No.
D-Lung says, not good, I fix. Sorry, I had to just get that part out.
No,
It's fine.
No, I was just wondering the state.
I cut you off. I'm sorry.
The trendy memes. If there was a mushroom cloud, it would be a boy or girl. Would it?
No.
Don't you fucking do this.
Way to date that episode. Like we dated it initially, but like
this is coming out this week. Come on.
Wow, no evergreen content here, folks.
Never.
I'm not very good at not staying like up to date with things. It's fine.
And then Courage is turned into a fly, and D-Lung is upset because he was supposed to be a buffalo.
Yeah, apparently.
Man, there's not many buffaloes left. He wants to save the buffalo. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
Is he the Unabomber?
No, they caught Ted by this point.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah, Kaczynski was out of the picture.
But then comes the most important part of the episode, honestly.
You mean the entire fly bit?
You're right. I forgot. The fly bit happens first.
Yeah,
the fly happens.
The bee story.
He turns into a fly.
Yeah.
And then it turns into chase fly around house.
Yes.
No, because before the fly makes it to the house, the satellite starts falling out of the air.
Oh, you're right.
Yes,
and then when the satellite starts falling out of the air, 2 government officials come out and say, "Oh shit, That satellite's falling out of the air. Where is it going?
And this time it's not Atlanta.
No, it's not. It's not Atlanta. In fact, where is it going? Number 2 military man.
It's going to nowhere, Kansas.
Kansas, motherfucker. It says it in the god-danged episode.
We have it. We have the proof.
We have the receipts.
Yeah. They've said it multiple times too. Like this is not the first time they said nowhere, Kansas.
No,
they have.
It hasn't been, but this is the first time it's literally brought up a big fucking map with a red dot on it that went.
And they go Kansas.
Are you instigating that there may be a YouTube video out there with several millions of views that is saying that nowhere, Kansas is actually in New Mexico?
Yeah. So
as Taylor violently tries to pull it up, I can hear you typing.
Fuck you.
This is why we can't play Town of Salem because
these Atemo Blues are so fucking good.
But this is the first time it's like, oh my god, there it is.
Yeah, this is the first time that they're like, no, it's Kansas.
It's literally right there. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, and
you guys know that there's just a Courage the Cowardly Dog YouTube page.
Yeah, I follow it. We follow it. What are you talking about?
I was taken aback.
Fuck.
By the way, it did not exist when this show started. I should point that out.
It did because it was from 2017.
Oh fuck!
That's when the show started.
Oh
no, not.
No,
I thought you meant our show, my guy. Yeah, we started. We've been up for like a year.
We've been up.
No,
we've been up for almost 2 years now.
Yeah, but like not 2000. Anyway,
Kansas.
What I'm saying is that
hey, brother.
Well, no, I'm mad because I'm trying to determine in my brain if I call it out or not.
So remember when I had approached you both, and this is like pulling the curtain back. I had approached you both about doing this exact thing, calling this guy out.
My stance is still the same. I say nah. We're doing enough.
And I have asked the Courage Reddit, and they're like, whatever. It's just another person doing Courage content.
Yeah.
So they were indifferent as well. So I mean, it's either or.
Hey man, I'm only 1/3 of this podcast, so
I will probably eventually do something on it. I will not lie.
In short, much like the other Liquid Courage podcast, I'm coming for you.
Don't you play on that
type of guy. Taylor's the type of guy that'll blow shit up just because they didn't get his copy.
Are you saying you might be going somebody?
And that means putting it on the internet. I need that to be clarified right the fuck now. That means putting it on the internet and talking about it, because what Sheldon just talked about is a federal crime.
He didn't do that.
Wait, what did I just miss? What?
It's all right. Taylor said that I was gonna make him say he blew things up, but that's not what I mean.
Yeah.
I was already put on FBI watch list once today.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for clicking on sketchy Wish ads. I will put you on blast, I think is what Sheldon meant.
Oh no.
I'll put you on boom.
Oh, damn it. We can't do that. You can't put something on the internet and say you're gonna blow things up.
No, we're not. It's all. This is a comedy podcast. We do not.
I've taken my headphones off. I have put my head in my hands at this point. I am floating around my microphone.
Is this the most dysfunctional episode we've had? Okay, there he is.
Yeah.
No, it's not. We've had worse. There was that one where I was essentially blacked out.
I'm usually there by the end of every episode.
That one was rough. That one was a bad night, man. So Courage the Fly.
So we talked about the satellite coming down.
Somebody else take it.
I'll take it for you for a minute. Yeah. We talked about the satellite coming down and how the two army men were sitting there in a control room going, oh no, it's gonna fall in nowhere, Kansas.
And sorry, I was taking a drink. And there was some ASMR for you. And in that scene in which they're dealing with that, by the way, prior to this scene, Courage realizes he's a fly. He's very upset at this whole idea. The satellite is coming down. They said it's coming down in nowhere, Kansas. It's a hush-hush priority. one of the military guys is putting. The tiny general is
Yes.
upset about this. But they're having a weird fight during this whole time, where the tall green army man hits the general with his golf club, and then the general turns to him and opens his chest, and a cannon comes out, and he shoots him with it. What's happening? Why is there just this slapstick that's just like a cease? Okay, so would A story be courage turned in fly?
No, A story is D-Long.
So A story is satellite. Okay, we'll let the video man tell us.
The A story is D-Long, just in general, because we call that a spine, because he comes to the front and the end, and it is what starts the inciting incident, which is courage being turned into a fly. So, are the two army dudes just punching each other and doing silly slapstick just a fun additive? Yeah.
It's like putting your fucking sugar in your tea?
Some might say that this whole episode is a silly additive, but
it's so weird.
It's
so weird, guys.
The B story is the satellite, and for whatever reason, it's also slapstick. I'm with you. It's weird. It's definitely, there was no precursor to this.
He shoots him with the cannon. They don't fucking acknowledge that, but he goes, and he then comments to the other one, "Nice socks." And then he's like, "Thanks." And then we cut back to the farmhouse where Muriel's getting her hair done in a very large,
getting her hair did.
No,
old school.
She's wearing her mask, dude. Come on, it's 2020.
No, it's obviously not 2020.
Evergreen content.
What? People are gonna look back at the other episodes where we talked about Corona and be like, "That's evergreen for sure."
Listen,
I mean, it depends if we all are here in 2021.
I don't know, Tim.
I don't plan on. Yeah, I don't think so.
Out of all of us, I think one of us has a bad shot at living.
I'm going to Florida next week.
You sure are, buddy. You sure are.
That's
you fucking fool.
That's gonna.
But
Fly enters the house.
Yeah, Muriel's getting her hair done in for those of you that don't know, that's like an at-home hair curler, like hair dryer. So like if you I went to a beauty salon for a long time because I didn't have a barber in my town, and my mom was friends with my hairstylist. So I go to beauty parlors, and they're nicer, and we talk and we gossip. It's great.
Yeah, they're just nicer. I'll agree with you there.
And they have hair curlers, and they're normally big machines that you have to sit in and turn on.
Yeah.
This is an at-home one. What she's wearing is a real device, is what I'm telling you.
It's a helmet that goes on your head and makes
it blows hot air around and makes your hair dry. It's like if you have a hair dryer but hands free.
Muriel's the type of woman that would see that on the shopping network.
Yeah, as seen on TV.
Yeah.
That's
they have a Flowbee in their house for sure.
Eustace has a.
Do you guys know what a Flowbee is?
I have no idea what that is.
I have no idea.
No.
Please
you don't know what a Flowbee is? Okay.
is.
So back in the day, welcome to the Tangent Hour, where Taylor talks about weird 90s and 80s as seen on TV products.
What the fuck is a Slowbee? Please.
It's a Flowbee.
No.
It's a Flowbee.
A Slowbee is something different.
A Flowbee is a device that you hook onto your vacuum cleaner hose.
Oh, this sounds dumb already.
When you turn and it has different level of guards, and when you turn the vacuum on, it starts the blades spinning inside. And what you do is you take it it'll never cut you unless you put your fucking hand in it. Unless you dive deep in there.
Wait a minute.
And what you do is that you put whatever level of guard that you want on, and then you use the vacuum, and you just you put it onto your head, and it sucks your hair up, and you use that to cut your hair.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Fuck?
Yeah,
that's a Flowbee.
Didn't iDubbbz you that at one point? I think iDubbbz.
Maybe, I don't know, but it came out at the same time that there was the hair in a can.
Yeah, that's a horrible.
No, I remember hair.
So take off your hair and put it right back on.
Yeah, the Flowbee was the at home no technique needed hair cutting device.
Right.
It's fucking terrifying to think about,
So
Like it was just a bunch of blades in a goddamn tube. But yeah.
So I know people that are in the military, and one of the things that it's stereotypical, but they still do it. They shave your head. One thing that they noted is that those barbers don't care, so they'll just shave all of it off, even if you have moles or other things in your head that you wouldn't know about because you've always had hair.
They don't put a guard on. They just put it next to your scalp and go, yep. That's what basic training is.
Yeah, exactly. So when you have something like that, and people don't know that they have moles on their head and shit, it's just gonna end badly. Like you're gonna pull it off, there's gonna be blood everywhere.
It doesn't matter. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You're not a person. You're a cog in the machine. Fuck you.
No, I'm talking about the Floby, not the fucking military. I understand why they do that.
You can't go that short with a Floby. It only goes like a half an inch.
Yeah,
it'll start taking ears off at that point, Tim. Jeez.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
you can't go that short with a Floby. You only get that short with an actual razor.
My friends in the military told you bleed when they cut your moles. So I would just imagine a Floby, if it could get that low, would just kind of kill you.
Yeah, probably. I don't know how well they actually worked, but I thought that is the pinnacle of the ads seen on TV market, which I'm sure that Muriel and Eustace
judging how
partook in.
Me and Sheldon didn't know about it. I'm going to say it probably didn't work too well. They're just throwing it out there.
They sold so many.
I'm sure they did.
I'm telling you, it's like the fucking Pet Rock and Chia pets, man.
I have a Chia pet right now in my kitchen.
Yeah. Well, what is it?
Homer Simpson.
Like, what's it in the shape of?
Homer Simpson. Yep.
So you've got like 3 little hairs on top of it?
Yeah, there's nothing. It died a long time ago. I just keep it because now there's a bust of Homer Simpson in my kitchen.
Much like Homer's spirit.
Marge. That's not his voice.
No, that was a very different Homer Simpson.
We're watching Meat Canyon's Homer Simpson right now.
No, don't watch Meat Canyon's Homer Simpson.
Go watch Meat Canyon. Like, just stop. Pause the podcast. Go watch Meat Canyon.
To relay it back to Courage, he does have a Courage animation that someday we will talk about more in depth. But because of today, I don't want to have nightmares. We're not going to talk about it today.
No.
Watch at your discretion. Watch at your discretion.
Yeah,
if you're easily offended, don't watch it.
It's the current year. You do you. So back to the at-home products that they probably have. Muriel is getting her hair did, and Courage is still a fly. He's trying to get her attention. It ain't gonna work. Eustace hates flies. As a man who has killed 3 flies a day for the past month, I have never related more with Eustace Bag.
There's some screaming going on in my background. I apologize for that.
What? Wait, hold on.
Hey, what?
What's going on?
What? You should.
Hey, you're not a person getting murdered, right?
We didn't hear him. We didn't hear him. So maybe.
I imagine. Yeah, I imagine if they yell back, then obviously not, right? But if it's silence,
I'm not being murdered at all.
I need you to tell everyone that I'm not killing you right now.
Hey, Tim.
Silence. Oh, I heard it.
I heard it.
I heard it.
We're good.
All right.
Hey, Tim, you remember when you were like, is this the most chaotic episode? And I was like, no, there's one that's more chaotic.
No, we're getting there, dude.
No, this one wins now.
This is good. This is like watching General Sam's podcast.
Oh my Christ!
Anyway, sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
I'm gonna name drop as many people as I can this episode too.
It's fun. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird you're doing that.
We're gonna go viral, baby.
No, we're not.
We're gonna beat that other Liquid Courage podcast.
I have a strange feeling that we're not actually.
No,
I have a very strange feeling that we're not.
Tim, not only do we need to put out more episodes, we need to be better content for that to happen.
We are 4 white guys. No.
Where's the 4th guy?
I'm sorry?
What are you talking about?
You're going to have to fill me in on something here.
I don't know if you were trying to do a South Park reference or like, we're 2 straight white males, Kyle. Like, no, where's the 4th guy?
I forgot how many people were on our podcast.
I mean, there originally were maybe going to be 4 people.
There was supposed to be 4.
Yeah.
Taylor has something to tell us.
Oh my god! I literally said I was looking looking at Courage, and I was looking at Eustace's bag, and like you were talking about that, and my brain was just like, yeah, there's 4 of us.
No, it's funny because at one point we did have 4 voices on this podcast, but we screamed at him to get out of our recording chat.
He's an alright.
Hey, did we cut that out, by the way?
Most of it.
All right.
I cut out the part where he was in, but I did not cut out the part where we talked about it afterwards.
Everybody heard me berating
No, they didn't hear that. No,
he's not an adolescent. he is an adult.
He is an adult.
He is an adult man
Have
of
you heard
21
that
years
kid?
old.
He's an adolescent.
Let's just play Smash with him one day. It'll be fine.
Sheldon is trying real hard to apparently get us in all kinds of trouble today.
Our Discord server is gonna be barren after this episode.
Oh my god, Sheldon's sitting there making me getting accused of federal crimes, making him accused of federal crime.
Hey man,
I think there's 4 people on our podcast.
Taylor's delusional. Everything is fine. The world isn't on fire. Literally.
I forgot how to record. Like I sat down in front of this microphone and I was like, I don't remember what we do.
To be totally fair, I did start recording without telling you boys, and then I started the show.
But I also just was like, how do I don't remember how to talk apparently.
How do I host? Yeah.
I had to make an announcement one day and it was rough. It was a rough day that I had to make that announcement.
Do you mind if I take the tails here? Let's get back on track.
Oh, fine. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Bud.
You know what?
So the last time we talked about this episode, which was probably like 10 minutes ago at this point, we talked about, we had the B story of the satellite coming down, the 2 army people beating the crap out of each other for whatever reason. The C story, the main story, is Courage being turned into a fly by D-Long. And Courage flies back to the house, because what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, so he flies. He flies.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, he's flying around, Muriel's in her thingy, and we're up to the point, just because I want to expedite it.
Sure.
We're up to the point where he flies in front of Eustace. Now you can pick up, go.
Flies in front of Eustace, and Eustace goes, "You stupid fly." And I believe the first thing he gets is a fly swatter. And he pulls it out. He tries to slap Courage, who's in front of his face. Courage dodges and slaps himself in the face. Courage then goes over to Muriel and be like, Muriel, look at me. I'm a fly. I'm still Courage. Look at me. I'm Mr. Me. And so Eustace, instead of doing anything appropriate, just runs over to Muriel, just smacks her with the fly swatter.
Well, he was chasing the fly. I would argue that that's the most appropriate response.
I would argue the things that, like, this is the least shitty thing he does in this episode.
In this episode, later on, he
But what does he say when he hits her and she goes, Eustace? I don't know.
No. I think you can excuse the smacking. Everything else is
I see
not
what you're
good.
saying. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it does
that's what
face there.
Yeah.
Why'd you put your face there?
Right.
She's gonna need some Nerf stairs too.
One of my favorite robot chicken jokes ever. Yeah. But so that one passes, and Courage notices the light bulb, I think, is the next one, right?
He does. But hey, I'm paused on a frame of Courage as a fly right now, and I fucking hate this design.
So yeah, it's Courage's head on a green body with 6 legs. And
6 pink little hook legs.
Right.
Why'd they have to be hook legs?
Well, actually fly legs. Anyway.
Yeah, they kind of
But like, it's fucking, I hate it. I hate it so much. There's something about it when you look at it that like clicks that part of your brain that's like, that is unnatural to a point. And I think it's because we watch so much Courage the Cowardly Dog that like now when he is not in his dog form, like
that
for long
right.
periods, your brain is just like, don't like,
Right, yeah.
But Tim's right. He flies into a light bulb, and he doesn't know why he likes it, but he does because he's a fly now.
Yeah, and Courage has like this happy high, almost like he's high look on his face.
Yeah.
And Eustace grabs a gas canister to try to gas Courage out.
This next part, I blame totally on Courage. When he
Yeah.
flies into Muriel's face.
And then, he gasses Muriel because that's where the fly is.
Yeah, and it's
oh my god, I forgot about this. I forgot about the next thing. Okay, sorry.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
You forgot about. Okay, well,
all right.
Let's get there. So, he gasses Muriel, and Muriel says, "Eustace, what's wrong with you? You're insane." He says something just like, whatever.
Yep.
Courage then tries to get the attention of Muriel, just as like yelling in her face, being in front of her face.
Holding a picture of himself.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's right.
No, because you got it. Yeah. You got to go. Like he gasses Muriel. Muriel gets very upset, which is understandable. He flies into a drawer and finds a headshot of himself.
You know, during those times that he was trying out for those acting positions.
Yeah, he's trying to get a job in Hollywood.
Yeah,
he
midlife crisis.
Homeward Bound was before this, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
God damn it. I had a whole Homeward Bound bit just fucking cooked up, and then I went, this is 2001.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, it's kind of like, man, I initially went Milo and Otis, and I was like, that's very old.
What about Homeward Bound 2?
That one's bad.
Milo and Otis? Jesus Christ, how fuck?
Dude, I watched a lot of
How many
Milos
did they go through?
Not as many, so many Otis. Which one was the cat? Was Otis the cat? No, Otis was the pug.
Otis was the pug,
dude.
Yeah.
Milo was the cat.
Yeah.
Don't watch Milo and Otis. I'm gonna tell you, like, it's so cute and adorable, but don't fucking watch it because they killed like 120 cats.
Yeah, watch probably Air Bud and then just stop.
Don't watch Air Bud. It's just a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't do anything to that dog. No.
Yep. Right now, Courage is holding up a picture of himself in front of Muriel. Muriel just like doesn't understand what's happening.
How does she not understand?
So
how is a fly holding it? That's the other thing.
Hey, man.
Eustace is
African swallows
outside the house. He runs into the room with a fly trap, which is
he's got like. Well, that's the other thing I want to talk about real quick. I know that you want to get through this, Tim, but I want to critically analyze this episode. Again, we live in the Midwest. It's shitty out here in certain seasons because bugs are bad. Like,
right.
We fucking flies, especially.
Like, here's those of you that aren't in the Midwest. And I don't mean like Minnesota. I get that you talk about being in the Midwest, but you're
north.
Fucking north. Don't start with me. We're in the middle of the West.
We are probably as far south as Midwest can go, to be totally honest.
And then you're in Oklahoma, where nobody cares.
Where it's south. That's the south.
Where I wonder if people live there even.
Some days they don't.
They all live on a reservation now.
Yeah, and then we took that from them too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
You're right.
Okay, so here's the thing. We in this neck of the woods, we deal with fun things. Every season is different. It's like either we've got like really bitter cold and ice and blizzards, or we have like 105-degree weather and it's shitty and bad.
And then finally,
and every once in a while we have like good days. But like from like October to March, there's a possibility that it's going to snow.
It's a coin flip, really.
It's going to cover your entire house and life. That time frame goes from like you get 3 days of like fall weather, and then it's like it's cold now. And from March to like May, it's like you get 3 good days of spring, and then it's like it's hot now. And after that, in the summer season, it's bug time. From May to the end of September, it's Bugville. Bugs are everywhere. I go through so much Ortho Home Defense Max. I think I should be sponsored.
Yeah,
it should be on my car.
It's kind of funny because I live in an actual city in Kansas, and like you would think that the bug problem would not be as bad.
There are no towns in Kansas. Everything's a city. So Put your high and mighty
Just
thing away.
Just for a second, how tall is your tallest building?
Hey, put your metro area away, huh?
Oh, what bus service do you use?
At least I didn't have any serial killers in my neck of the woods.
Okay, that's granted. He lived near me. Like, that was rough. But no, it's even here in like a dense population, they take such numerous steps to stop the bug problem. Like, I get sprayed, like my place gets sprayed like 2 or 3 times a week. And it's still a problem. I still see bugs everywhere.
There was a spider the size of all my 4 fingers put together.
Yeah, I hate that. You don't count thumb. It's fine.
That's not
so. Here's the thing. Like, bugs are bad. The worst thing are mosquitoes and flies. Mosquitoes are dealt with by staying indoors and not enjoying the outside.
You just stare at it
which is great during a pandemic.
I go to Colorado and I'm like, man, it's nice not to have mosquitoes. But I get it. The southern states are gonna be like, well, our bugs are bad. I get it.
You chose to live in the South. That was your decision.
I get it. You're humid. You're humid and hot. I get it. But the flies this year have been apocalyptic. I had a fly into my room that was the size of my thumb. I've had little flies in my house every day for the past month to 2 months, and it's been awful. I have never once used fly paper because they're too smart out here.
It's a specialty paper, you know?
But that being said, fly paper is like a strip of duct tape. I don't know what the fuck Eustace brings into this house. But that ain't fly paper.
I've seen it before. So, and this is another tangent, and I know that we're getting to a point now where we need to start.
It's okay. The next episode is going to be very short.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
It's been
with
a
that.
while since they've had their episode.
Yeah. But when I lived in Leavenworth, Kansas, I was trying to move out an apartment. I was trying to get into a house that had rent, which the places I went to, some of them were like terrifying. I literally had a realtor it was like her first day, and she was just showing me the place. And like, she came across the hatch that goes into the basement, like a cellar. And it was just 2x4 planks on top of it in like a carpeted area. And it was like hidden behind the staircase. You open the door and she just goes, oh, this must be how you go down to the cellar. Like, she was taken aback. In that same house, I
don't like where the story is going.
In that same house, there was that same type of fly paper, and it was not riddled with flies. It was riddled with everything else.
Did they have it hung up on the hung up, or
it was hung up in the middle of the room? Yeah.
Oh, that's like that type, like the Eustace type.
Yeah.
So it was like a sheet of copier paper that someone slathered rubber cement on.
Yeah, there was. I couldn't get down what it was. It looked like rubber cement.
By the way, hey, everybody that is listening right now, and also the 2 dudes in this podcast, if you ever want to have nightmares, they sell these things that are like, they're supposed to be like mouse traps, but they don't really work for mice, and they're super inhumane. But you can fold them into like a little house. And I think they also market them as bug traps too. And they're little cardboard things, and they've got like adhesive on the bottom of them. And you fold them up, and then you set them along the sides of your house, and they might trap a mouse. It's really cruel. Like, if you're gonna kill mice, use a mouse trap. It's at least humane.
It at least kills them instantly. It doesn't.
Yeah, they don't scream in the night.
God.
But this thing, it catches so many bugs. When I was growing up, my dad put them in our basement, and the week after he put them down, he had to change them because they were just covered in bugs. You will catch so many things that you didn't know lived in your house, and you will never feel safe again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, oh yeah.
Do it. It's a fun lark.
That, like,
no, don't do it.
When I walked into that room, and it was like a sunroom off the back of the house. So like,
yeah,
and like, it was hanging there, and there were just spiders like stuck in it. I don't know. Some of them looked like they were alive still, And I was just like, what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck? Like,
we
huh.
recently sprayed like the home defense around our house, and a fucking spider fell from my ceiling onto his back, and I was just like, oh, you bastard!
It's
And then
so bad.
Daniel
And he
got
was
hit with a spider.
and he was still fucking twitching.
He's still twitching.
And so I slapped him with my flip flop, and I went, "Oh, poor bastard!" And then I put him in the trash can, as the Vikings would do.
Yeah, I am the
Yeah.
opposite. I am one of the people that will try to catch it and put it outside.
Sick. How many
Dude, there was
big
nothing
tarantulas you dealt with?
Like
there was
5,
nothing
dude.
I could do for that
Sucks.
spider. He was dead.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
fucking dead.
Look, man.
Anyway, used to shove flypaper onto Muriel's
Yeah.
face.
Okay. So yeah. All right. So this is the other thing. Eustace runs into the room with his big sheet of flypaper and runs towards Muriel's face because
As
Courage
one-
is there.
As one
Yes.
would do.
I love the idea of someone trying to catch a fly with flypaper that way. Like, I'm gonna run through my house,
You put
chest
like,
high.
You put flypaper on your Indiana Jones whip because you've been needing a reason to use that whip because fuck, you've had it for 5 years and your wife just won't shut up about it.
I feel personally attacked. I don't appreciate.
As the only man that has a wife in this podcast.
You have brought up a very sensitive subject.
Do you
My
have
house.
an Indiana Jones whip?
Yeah, of course I do.
My mom does too. Where the fuck do you get those?
I got mine in Disneyland.
I personally
Oh.
apologize. I was not aware.
My mom has there was a very traumatizing moment in my childhood about my mom's childhood where she
Okay, I was gonna say, like, hey Tim, do you want to take a second
No,
before
no,
we have
no.
to like call some authority?
No,
Homeland
she
Security?
we were going through boxes at one point in a storage unit, and there was just a whip there. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And my mom just goes, "That's a Boy Scout whip. That's what they used to whip the Boy Scouts when they were bad." And I was like, "Holy crap! What do you?" My mom is she was born in the 50s, so she would have been like in the 60s or 70s when she was a kid. And she had brothers and other things. At least that's what she told me. It was like the whip that her parents and or scoutmasters used to whip Boy Scouts.
I recently heard a commercial about it's like, have you been molested by a Boy Scout master general?
I like
Recently?
that had to be a commercial.
I was like,
And it was just like you can be financially
What is this,
you can be
like-
financially compensated.
is this 2003? I'm pretty sure SNL did a sketch about that with,
They've done it. Hey, they've done it since Boy Scouts were a thing.
yeah.
I mean,
The joke's been around
For a long time.
forever.
it was the first time
hey.
I heard it.
But boys and girls, Eustace runs through this house with his chest high flypaper and runs towards his wife, where he slaps it on her face. So this is just a fun domestic abuse / slapstick episode, and like it's been silly and fun. A man got shot with a cannon, and it was silly, fun. And then Eustace rips his wife's face off.
And it's just bone.
It's just a skeleton,
You just see
Man.
bone on her face.
and she talks.
Oh, Eustace, you son of a bitch.
Basically is what she says.
And then Eustace slaps her face back on, and it's fine. And that was the moment all three of us went, I don't know
No,
how
so
to deal.
he slaps it on her. First off, he slaps it on her upside down, so her mouth is where her forehead was, and she's still talking, which is fucked. And
you
then,
are a cheeky one.
and then
Cheeky one.
she goes Eustace, and he fixes it, like he flips it, and then it just morphs back into the skin. It melts back onto her skull like it was Venom
So-
from fucking Spider-Man.
And that's when I
Hey.
checked out.
Hey, Cohen and Dilworth, you guys have done weird shit before. You got us.
You take the
I
cake
thought-
there, yeah. Get
I
a round
thought
of
I
applause
thought
for
the
that,
other
man.
episodes. I thought the big toes. I thought, man, there's so many things that we're gonna be like, oh, that's the tops.
It's
Nope.
Doc Gerbil's world, man.
That one freaked me the fuck out, dude. I was
I
out.
love
I was
Doc
like,
Gerbil.
I don't know what to do. Muriel hits Eustace with her rolling pin. Fly Courage is still a fly. A satellite is coming down. The bat. Oh, sorry. I forgot about this part. There's a cow outside a window, and Courage makes an entire effigy of him out of cow
Yeah,
shit.
cow manure. Yeah. And they don't even hide what it is. There's
No.
it's right next to a window, and outside the window there's a cow. Like,
Yeah, the cow is a funny laugh, and I
Yeah.
was like, "This is top tier comedy."
that's actually a pretty good like shit
Yep.
joke. I'm not gonna lie. Like
That's a
pretty
good poop joke.
I'll give you
Out
that.
of all the poop jokes I've heard, that one's pretty good.
That's the name of
Muriel's
this episode.
so
The best
excited.
poop joke.
Yeah, I've ever heard. Muriel is very excited because Eustace is such a good sculptor. Eustace is very confused.
As one would be if a effigy of your
yeah.
dog just appeared in your house.
Courage gets zapped by a bug zapper that Eustace holds, but that's okay because when Eustace goes to step on him, Courage goes into the hole in Eustace's shoe, which he has holes in both shoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, Eustace needs some new shoes. Like,
Then yeah,
like what am I gonna say?
then you got Fly Courage flying through Eustace. And then you have the bad humor ice cream truck show up, which is just a surveillance van full of the army boys.
And the best JPEGs in the business. Yeah.
That they're calling like slapstick humor, bad humor.
No. It's just a play on words because there's an ice cream company called Good Humor.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, like 6 minutes into the episode, or about 7, if you pause it, you can see a good still frame of the army boys talking and Courage the Fly in the background. The reason I want to stop this is because currently I don't understand what this could be a reference to, but the army man in green has a FH in his like.
Oh yeah.
Those are called. Okay, so here's some military history for you. Each of those, like if you're a real military person, you don't want to wear your medals all the time. So with those are called ribbons, and they are associated with medals that you have earned through military service. And certain ones, like they might have a star thing, and they might be like associated to a military campaign that you've gone through. And so like the fact that they are covered in them is
a sign that they've been through them.
They've been through some shit. They've earned some stuff.
The only thing, like I looked it up for acronyms, like maybe it meant something in military.
No, absolutely not.
It does not.
No, I guarantee it.
It might mean Fort Hood, which is not great.
That's not. No, I highly doubt that. So I'm sure that's a reference either made by Dilworth, Cohen, or one of the artists.
Because it's clearly an F. Or
it's very clearly an F and an H, and I cannot fucking fathom what it is. So if you out there, dear listener, can figure it out, or no, I'm not going to say that next part.
Yeah, if you know it, let us know. We'd love to hear it from you. We'd love to put it in the next episode.
I'm just really curious because I can't find anything about it, and nobody has actual information.
Full House.
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll tweet at Cohen and see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He's the writer of this episode, so you might know.
Yeah. But they're telling you, or they're telling everybody that you can't you can't control the satellite from here. It's gonna crash on the house. Courage is very upset, and the only person who can get into it is if they're very small. There's 5 minutes, give or take. They have a fun wrestling match for no reason. Courage
Who
the Fly
doesn't have a fun wrestling match for no reason?
I know.
Yeah.
Courage the Fly flies up to try to deal with the satellite. He can't do it, so he flies back down to try to get Muriel out of the house. Muriel sees him as a fly, or sees the fly is going to give it some
sugar cube. Yeah.
The most unrealistic response ever.
Which
absolutely not. Yeah, no, fucking.
Is he a horsefly? Like I don't understand what the sugar.
No, he's a dog fly.
Yeah, no shit. God damn
it. You walked into that one. I'm sorry.
I ain't never seen an elephant fly.
I don't, but I just don't understand the sugar.
Don't bring up those crows, please. Don't.
But they have such a good song.
No, we're good.
I ain't never seen no elephant fly. I've seen a camel fly. I've seen a horse fly. I've seen a house fly. So that doesn't work. Courage, I'm gonna try and do this real fast. Courage flies up back to the satellite. He tries to get a book that says satellites for foos. That doesn't work because it's all math equations, and as we know, math isn't real.
It's a human construct.
Never has been. Yeah.
Courage just starts hitting buttons. Hilarity ensues as that doesn't really work. Meanwhile, we cut back to the ice cream truck where they're playing chess with toy tanks and mallets.
I'm pretty sure chess would be way more popular if they had working
Yeah,
tanks.
they're almost like
Right.
That is like the precursor to the Star Wars chess. Like they're almost there, but
Fucking
instead they're
4D
just
chess over here, man.
Yeah, dude.
Man, if I could make a chess shoot your rook, I'd fucking play more chess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the satellite's coming. Satellite's coming. What point in time? Is this is the episode where we see Dilworth with a banana in his ear?
Yes.
Yep.
We cut to Eustace watching TV. It's Dilworth with a banana through his ear doing literal slapstick. He's slapping his knees.
He's slapping a stick.
No, he's slapping his knees. Courage tries to get it to work. Somehow at the nick of time he redirects the satellite. It hits the good humor van, or sorry, the bad humor van.
The surveillance van with the two military guys. Yeah.
And then you have D Lung come back and pour his green goo over the military, turning them into buffaloes.
Woo! It finally worked. Yeah.
And then we go back into the house, where Muriel now realizes that the fly is Courage. Eustace is going to kill Courage the fly, and then he gets taken out by the satellite, where he then spends the rest of his days
in the Earth.
Yes, in space. And then we cut back to the farm, where Courage talks like D-Lung, and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And holy fuck, this episode went places and also nowhere at all.
I want to. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, there's so much to unpack and talk about, but also not.
Yeah, can I give you an applause here real fast? You finished the first part of our podcast before we hit the hour mark by like 10 seconds. Congratulations. Woo! Like, I don't know what to do. There's no way I didn't think that was going to happen.
I'm fast, Dad. I'm a fast boy.
You got it.
You may not want to claim that too hard.
Just so you guys know, this episode is very bare on the fandom, so there's no trivia.
Literally nothing.
There's nothing here. So,
which also you'd think because of weird references throughout it, there'd be way more, which shows me that fandom doesn't know.
Well, it's all crowdsourced, right? So fuck.
Yeah, the users are dumb.
Mm-hmm. We're one of the users.
I know. That's how I know that we're dumb.
Hey Tim, that would imply that we didn't think we were dumb.
But
we're self-aware. We're
can I point out one thing?
What, Dad?
There is one comment on the Courage to Fly episode that says Courage does randomly transform to a 3-headed Cerberus. Just so you know, like it's there. Like we were not wrong. Like,
hey guys, just so you know, I know that you were worried. Courage does turn into a 3-headed Cerberus.
Yeah, it's at the very start of the episode. We pointed out then, just when D-Log was trying to change him and went through his very horrifying different changes.
Okay, hey Tim or Sheldon, I'm gonna let you take Katz Kandy because my tongue don't work no more.
Why don't it work?
I mean,
because
hold up.
Let's do. I don't want to do synopsis.
No, you don't. No, I care. Hey, so what's the rating for the episode?
Oh shit!
Like
I forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
That's how long it's been. Boys.
I will give it 3 flies out of 5.
I will give it 4 skull faces out of 5.
Speaking my language.
It was fun and weird.
Oh fuck! I don't. I'll rate it fucking 3.5 tiny tanks out of.
Oh, there you go.
Out of 5 sergeants. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you got it. No, you got it.
It really is.
It was great. I loved it. The problem is it was there. It was fucking.
It was very much a episode, just like this podcast episode is. It's very chaotic. It's very much like there were several things happening. There were several stories inside this one part of this episode.
How dare you call our fucking podcast chaos?
We mirror the episodes we watch at this point, right? Like, we're literally getting influenced by the episode we watch and then going to make this podcast. So at this point, it's just like, well, if they're going to be chaotic, then we're going to be chaotic. So.
Good excuse, Tim. Nice job.
I'm just saying. Also, we're very afraid because we're middle of the month of September where everything is burning around us.
You can give whatever excuse you want. I'm just kind of out of it.
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry, everyone at home.
Let me kind of roll through the Katz Kandy, the part 2 of this episode.
Oh, boy.
So sorry, I can't talk either. We've all been drinking. What the fuck? Is this why we lost the other Liquid Courage podcast? Not the one that we stole the name from, but the one.
No, we haven't lost yet.
Okay, have we? All right. So this next episode is called Katz Kandy. We introduced one of the most infamous villains in Courage.
And well-known villains too. I mean, everybody loves him.
Yeah, he was there basically first episode, right? Was Cat's Motel the first episode? Yeah.
I mean, I think first real episode, yes.
Yes, not the pilot. No.
Correct.
So what this episode is, basically we start with Katz making a concoction in some kind of kitchen. No idea, nothing. He exclaims that this year he's going to win the contest.
Against that woman.
And he goes,
I'm tired of second place.
Yes.
And like a lot of, as Sheldon noted when we watched the episode, a lot of the audio is kind of like garbage. Like,
yeah,
it's the audio mixing for this episode is particularly fucked up.
The dialogue is real quiet compared to background noise.
Right, and so he's mixing something over the stove, and then he goes, "This jam will be the best it's ever been," and it kind of rises out as a monster with one eye.
Again, I said this before. I think it's jelly because jam don't shake like that.
But it shook pretty well.
But he calls it jam at the beginning of the episode.
I'm aware.
I'm just saying.
But I think that's why he gets second place, because he doesn't know his preserves.
I think you're right. You know, and they this is
excuse me, Mr. Katz. This is obviously jam. This is obviously jelly. It's not jam.
It's preserved.
I think that's why this is the 43rd, 44th year of this contest, by the way. Just want to throw that out there.
Was that what he said at the end?
Is Katz really 43 years old?
Katz is immortal.
Yeah, it said at the end that Muriel, or I don't want to spoil it, but it's been 43 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But this episode actually ends the same way a lot of the episodes have ended when it involves a county fair. Just pointing that out.
There's at least one other county fair episode, right?
With the eggplant.
The eggplant episode.
And it's not this. I don't think this is the last episode that has a county fair in it. I think there's at least one or two.
When you're in Kansas, the county fair is everything.
Except for this year.
Not this year.
I was going to say it's canceled this year. Except
everything is gone.
I think it's actually still going, just not many people are going.
No, it's not.
You can go judge livestock at the state fair this year, and you can have things entered, but people can't be there.
Yeah, me and
which
Taylor,
means no butter statue.
Me and Taylor last night were talking to my best friend who lives here in Wichita, who his first date with his wife was at the Kansas State Fair. And they go every year, and he proposed to her at the Kansas State Fair.
They get a turkey leg.
That's not so sad.
They probably did.
They get corn on a stick.
His wife is awesome, so they probably just went to the back and never mind.
They look at all the tractors.
They got corn on a stick.
So they walk through the livestock barn.
I'm not gonna lie, I worked at the Kansas State Fair for a local news station here in Wichita 1 year with an actual dog, and then the dog left, and then there was a cardboard cutout of the dog that people were taking pictures with, which was fucking terrifying to me.
They enter contests to win big 4x4s.
I'm going to tell you right now, the chicken on a stick, that's the way to go.
I've been to the state fair collectively 2 times in my entire life. So
same. Both times I was working it.
I've been there quite a few times, not recently, but
yeah. So as Katz is, cooking this jam monster, as the wiki says, it bubbles up and has one eye, and it just looks kind of terrifying. It flashes
Lovecraftian horror,
right?
Yeah, this is a very Lovecraft little bit episode there.
It then flashes to Muriel in her kitchen cooking caramelized apples. And
I thought I was Muriel making caramelized apple, or is Courage making caramelized apple?
so
It was
Muriel
Muriel
is,
the apples.
and then
So
I'm sorry.
Muriel. Oh no, I get it now. Muriel was caramel. Courage was just he put the apples on a stick.
yeah, exactly. And
It was golden.
yeah, so she dips them in, she puts them on a plate, and they're golden. And Courage then starts licking the caramel out of the pan or whatever.
Yeah, I hated that scene too.
Yeah, it's a little.
By the
weird.
way, if
You have a problem with people licking things out of pans?
no, it's just the picture that was left. If you guys want a really good tattoo idea, about
Okay.
12. Let's see. What is it? Like 12 some minutes in here. Yeah, like 12:30 in. 12:35. You'll get the image of Courage with his big mouth grin with all the shit dripping off him.
Sure.
Put that on your leg.
Now that you say it, I might do it.
Yeah. Eustace
don't
is
do that.
also at the beach for some reason.
Yes, and they do make a reference
Because-
to Eustace is at the beach.
Because Eustace needs to be out of the house for some reason.
And there's a tidal wave that comes by and wrecks him too, by the way,
Yeah.
Oh,
which is beautiful.
poetic justice.
There is a reason he's at the beach, but it's just to progress the story. So
He's at the beach because Story needs him to be gone so he can come back.
yeah, so he can save them all apparently. But we'll get to that.
From the scary jam.
Yeah, it's a Eustace episode, everybody.
Yep. And so
Oh no!
there's a
Don't
knock
leave.
at the
Please
door.
come back.
There's a knock at the door. Courage opens the door. The jam monster's there, of course, and he slams the door in his face. And a little bit of the jam monster cuts off and goes into the room.
Yes.
Muriel goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's rude, Courage. You shouldn't do that." And then the jam monster forms out of that small piece of jam on the ground.
Yeah. And then Muriel says, because you make, this is why you don't do it, because you make people angry, because now it's angry.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking... God, the sweet old lady just does not understand that there is just evil, terrible things in the world, apparently.
Some
Well, I mean,
things
they're
are
in the middle
evil
of
for
nowhere.
being evil, man.
Yeah. Come on.
Like she
In
just
Cold
doesn't
Blood happened in the middle of nowhere, too.
And I lived where BTK was. Like, I fucking know. Don't tell me shit. Like, I lived through it. But
I don't think he lived through it, Tim.
He might have lived through it.
am I dead?
You're
Is this
right.
purgatory? This is fucking hell. This
Hey,
is not
guess what?
purgatory.
Welcome to the afterlife. You're
Oh,
with two
shit.
chuckle fucks. How are you?
Man, Satan couldn't find anything better
you-
for me here. Like,
Nope.
You rolled low, my
I
friend.
rolled a 1.
No. A 1 was getting pineapple shoved up your ass.
Ugh, I rolled a 3.
We're a 2, obviously.
Oh boy. But
Oh man.
so the monster basically pins Muriel to the ceiling. Courage tries to fight the monster first through kung fu, which he just goes straight through the jam. Then Muriel tries to throw the apples at him. It goes right through him and hits Courage in the face.
Yeah,
Um,
comedy ensues. I
yeah.
mean, that's really what you can say.
That's what this whole episode
The
is.
jam monster captures both Courage and Muriel and drags them out, leaving a trail of jam on the floor as he leaves. As Eustace conveniently walks in the front door, empties all the sand out of his ear.
And his crabs. Don't forget his crabs.
And the crabs. That's right. There were plenty of crabs in his ears.
And in his shoes. And in his
Just has
pants.
crabs.
But he starts yelling, "Where is my dinner?" And so he goes to the kitchen. He opens up the door and he sees that there's no one there. He's kind of confused. He scratches his head and sees that there's jam on the ground. He takes a finger, licks it, and he goes, "Oh, it's jam." And he just starts licking it and following the path.
Like an animal.
Like you would do, right?
Like an animal would fucking do. Jesus Christ.
So,
I'm hungry.
right?
I want some jam.
We've been
you know?
drinking. Oh,
I
it's
could
getting
really eat some
smile.
jelly.
I could do a peanut butter and jelly right about now.
Pizza Hut open. Never mind.
They don't do peanut butter and jellies.
They do if you ask really nicely.
Cut
No.
those crust off.
Well, that's just Susan.
Susan's a nice lady.
So it flashes to Muriel and Courage inside Kat's dungeon basement of his candy shop.
Correct.
Candyland with a few schnapps.
Right. I believe Muriel is already on top of No. At this point, they're just stuck still
Yep.
by the monster.
In
Yeah.
the corner of his
And it-
weird basement.
And exposition happens where he goes, "I need to know this secret formula." blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
on secret formula, and then we cut to Muriel hanging above a taffy puller. You can't see my air quotes, but it's heavy.
Taylor, let it go. It's a taffy.
Never.
He
puller.
fought
It's
us all the way
not.
through watching the episode.
Kat says taffy puller, and you said, no, it's not. And I
It's
said,
not. It needs more arms.
It does. You're right. I will give you that, but still, like.
It needs more arms, but for the sake of this narrative dissonance, it's a taffy.
But in 2001, Taylor, did they have that many
Yes.
arms? Yeah, they probably did.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
it's
I've been to a taffy
such a-
shop that's been open since like 1994. What do you start? Yes,
It's as old.
the
as
machine has more arms.
Do you make taffy?
1894. Fuck you. That's what I meant to say.
Taylor, are
Do
you
you make
secretly
taffy?
are you secretly a candy man?
No, because I don't have the patience. That's the
Taylor's
thing.
secretly Willy Wonka, and we both failed the golden ticket.
You're
What the
both
fuck,
in my
dude?
chocolate factory right
Did
now.
I drown in that chocolate river? Is that what's
You
happening?
sure did, Augustus.
Oh, thank God,
Mm.
this is purgatory.
I would have died at the TV scene.
Goddamn
I
right,
would have
Mike.
too. Yeah, you're right.
I'm
Uh,
on TV. Yeah, you are, Sheldon.
I would have died from the fizzy lifting drink that just kills me with the fan. I wouldn't have figured
Oh
out. the
no,
verb.
they made it.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't have. Anyways,
Because you didn't have a grandpa who didn't work.
That man.
who
Nope, that's
else?
another podcast.
We could do I could do a whole thing. That's my favorite.
Grandpa
movie.
Joe is not fucking good. He's not a good
Grandpa
man.
Joe's an asshole who could have been working, but he didn't because he fucking thought sleeping in a bed was a better idea.
No, the candy and the possibility of super riches made him walk again.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Grandpa!
So it's now a
It
bad
doesn't.
time to tell you boys that is my favorite movie of all time.
No, the movie's
the
awesome.
movie's
Okay.
great, Tim. I agree with you.
And all of the music was written without seeing the script.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was more along the lines of when that
No,
grandpa
all of the
gets out
music
that
was-
bed.
They,
And-
they had no script.
I do have to say the movie gets exponentially better once Willy Wonka comes into, which is halfway through the movie, by the way. But
We're talking
Anyway.
about the original, by the way.
yeah, I
Yeah,
would
not
never talk
well.
about
Yeah,
Johnny
we would
Depp.
have. We don't. What other movie are you talking about?
Oh, I guess I don't know which one.
That-
you know,
That
now
movie
you think
doesn't
about
exist.
it.
Tim, whatever
me-
his name is, definitely didn't make a bad version of that.
I do have to say I saw. So me and my dad are fans of the original movie.
Tim, I
and
didn't know you made a new remake.
Johnny Deppe did not make another version of Willy Wonka.
Tim Burton, but I know you
God
didn't know
damn
the
it,
last
Tim.
name. That's fine.
I did. I just my brain stopped working. I was gonna say Tim Schafer, but he made Psychonauts, and I
was
can't
gonna
ever be.
say-
mad
Oh, I
at
love
man.
that man. That man also issued the award for No Man's Sky, and they weren't there, so he just like, I guess I will keep this, and just walked off stage.
Tim Schafer is a fucking crazy boy.
Beautiful man. But the one last thing I'll say about that, me and my dad
Friends with
saw
Jack
that
Black.
movie.
Yeah.
We're big fans of the original movie, and left there feeling very awkward because it's very much a father-son like redemption movie. And me and my dad are cool. Like we didn't have that problem, so we kind of walked out of there and be like, "That was fucking weird."
Hey,
Just kinda
you want one
walked away.
fucking? You want one better?
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
So have you? We'll get back to the episode, folks.
Yes.
Sorry.
Have you ever seen or heard of the movie Pearl Harbor?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe?
So like Pearl Harbor, the event is a tragic event in American history in which we get involved in the Second World War after our ships are attacked in in Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. My dad and I fucking love war movies. Like it is, I will never not love a war movie. Like I will watch Tora. I will watch fucking Kelly's Heroes.
Oh, those
I
are
will
great
watch
movies. Yeah.
Bridge Over the River Kwai. I will watch so many fucking things.
Saving Private
And so
Ryan.
I was, oh fuck yeah.
That's a good movie.
So we heard Pearl Harbor is coming out, and all the trailers made it look like this fucking kick-ass, action-packed war movie.
Yeah, dude.
Uh-huh.
It's rated R, and my dad and I think it's rated. It might be PG-13. Can't remember. But
It's
my
R.
dad and I are gonna go. Is it R?
I
Yeah.
think so.
My dad and I are gonna go watch Pearl Harbor, this kick-ass war movie, which is all the trailers showed us. So we get our tickets, we sit down, It's a goddamn romance movie with a war that happens at the end.
What part of that did you realize is war movie where she has sex with the brother, or
I was so mad. Like my dad and I,
Japanese
my dad
bomb
also
it's
was
fine.
like, "Yeah, Pearl Harbor." It's good.
that's
Like
just
we
a
sat
backdrop.
down, the exposition is like building to Pearl Harbor, and we're like, "Yeah, Americans, Pearl Harbor." And I'm fairly young at this time, and so like we're watching this thing, and then like we got to the end, and we walked out of the theater, and we got in his pickup, and I remember us looking at each other, and we both just went, "What was that?" And we just started laughing because I have never felt more bamboozled by a film.
That is the same feeling me and my dad had. Yeah, I get you.
I was so mad, dude.
Not every
never
movie
seen that
has to
movie.
be the extent of that's why I like Spielberg when he does war movies, because he used to watch the old school war movies, and he likes to do it that way. That's why Saving Private Ryan is not about. It is about the people that were in the war.
It's about the people in the war, but it's also got kick-ass fucking scenes.
But it also makes sense to have those war scenes where they're protecting the city, and they would do things that's out of the handbook, where they make sticky
and the goddamn
grenades
Nazis
and
are over there. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
And you do things that are like, you see people do like humane things, then it comes back to bite them in the ass because war is hell.
yeah. That's why I love Spielberg.
Meanwhile, I love you so much, but your brother's so hot. Fuck you.
Hey,
Michael Bay. Fuck you.
I'm sorry to cut in here. Is my mic fucking making
No,
noise?
No, you're good, man.
No, you're fine. I'm just angry.
Sorry, it's just like I'm seeing receivers that my mic's making noise and I'm not making noise.
No,
So-
you're
you're
a
good.
good, pretty boy.
I'd
You're
let you
fine.
know.
Leave all this in.
All right.
I'm not cutting this episode up. We've gone on too many
No.
tangents. Fuck that.
This is a long episode, folks. Sorry.
Which is what people
Hey,
have been
they haven't
asking
had an
for.
episode for a while. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
If you were looking like I said earlier, a very chaotic episode, which is why we're very chaotic. But anyway,
Chaos is the reality of the world that we live in.
You come for courage, you stay for personality.
well, at least
Not
you came
my
for courage.
personality.
Anyway, yeah, we're still going to talk about it. So we're at Katz's candy shop.
Candy
Muriel's
shop.
hanging above a taffy puller. Courage is like weirdly tied up from bubblegum. Eustace is licking his way across the world.
As
He goes
Yeah.
through. By the
you
way,
can't just call out that title.
he goes through
he's doing it.
a sewage plant. He goes through several different
Radioactive.
things.
Radioactive, like tank plant. Yeah.
And so Courage licks himself out of his bubble gum and floats to the top of where Katz is and tackles Katz down the stairs right before he's about to pull the lever to make Muriel.
Yes.
And
Yeah. He almost pulls the lever to drop Muriel, and then they have a Metal Solid-esque stairway or a Mario 64 stairway.
oh yeah,
I wasn't gonna fight
Fuck,
it,
you're
but-
right. I forgot about that.
Tim
moment.
said it when we watched it, and I didn't give him enough credit. So
But the whole point of this is Katz is trying to figure out what is her secret ingredient in all of her recipes that
yep.
puts them above his. And so they're falling down this staircase, and it's still showing Eustace getting there. And this is like the forever staircase, and it cuts back to Muriel yelling and "Get him, Courage! You can do it!" And they're still just falling. They're not fighting; they're just falling down the staircase.
But they do make it to a bottom, though. Yeah,
they
sorry,
do
Sheldon.
eventually. Yes.
No, I wasn't saying anything important.
Oh, you're good.
I'm
Yeah,
here at the moment.
That's fine. They reach the bottom. They decide that they're going to fight it out, and how they're going to fight it out is a staring contest, which, if you've ever had that with a cat, does not end well.
How dare you?
You're the one who
Man.
said it. Sorry, Sheldon did say that.
I
during the episode.
know. It's fine.
the creative process works this way.
Yeah,
I know.
Um,
I am
fuck.
just
But
recapping.
Courage loses.
yeah.
Yes,
But before he loses, we're back up in the candy shop, and Eustace has an altercation with the Jam Beast.
who Eustace walks in and literally just yells, "Where is my dinner?" Which
As
is
every white male in the 50s would say.
is very much like that. And the monster turns around with a box of candy, and of course, this whole time Muriel has been with only one boot, and there's a boot inside the jam monster. So Eustace obviously makes the connection that that's Muriel's boot, but he doesn't make the connection that this is something bad. So,
but he does have a fight with that monster.
He does, and so the monster puts Eustace in a corner, and instead of Eustace, just cowering and dying or whatever might happen, he pulls out his scary mask that you see at the front of every episode, as well as in majority of all the episodes, and yells, and I'm quoting this from the fandom, "Ooga booga booga."
He does. No, that's the phrase, and that makes the monster very scared and run away. Can we talk about something though?
That monster's out in the wild.
What is that?
How many masks? Like, how many times does Eustace bring out the Ooga Booga Boo mask?
I don't know. We'll have to start counting.
Well, he does at least. Well, at the front of every episode, he brings it out.
Well, yeah,
right?
but that's in the title sequence.
No. Like, I don't count that one because that's title sequence. I mean, like, in the episode.
In this episode, that's the first
3.
time. Yeah.
No, I think he's got one before that, doesn't he?
No, I think this is the first time in this episode.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same trivia you are.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
But hey, let's talk about the fact that every other time Eustace has been like confronted, he runs away like a bitch. I'm sorry, like a weenie.
No, like bitch is better.
It's character development. That's what it is, right?
And he fights back this time, and then Courage loses his. We cut back. Courage loses his staring contest, gets turned into, and I love that this is written out.
I was hoping you were going to say this. Yeah,
is just a jujube, which is like a Mike and Ike or a jelly bean, but it's like the worst version of those.
I could really go for a Mike and Ike right now.
Yeah,
I could not go for a Juby though.
No, actually, fuck, what's that hot cinnamon candy?
Oh yeah, hot tamale.
Hot tamale. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm too far gone.
You're good.
No, we're almost there.
But that happens, and then Katz goes back up the stairs, and Eustace comes down the stairs. Tim, take her away again.
Eustace is sitting there and goes, "Muriel, what are you doing without your boot? And where's my dinner?" And so he does what I can only describe as the monkey bar champion of the world 2020 could do. He hops on the candy canes that are above this candy taffy maker and goes to Muriel, gives her his boot, and she just yells at him for a second. And Katz is then back up the top.
Yep.
At the lever.
Because, magic cat magic. It's fine.
He yells, "What is your secret ingredient? Or I'm going to dip you in." They're like, "No, we're not going to tell you." And then he tries to dip them, but they jump to the next candy cane.
And so Katz has to go fight them now.
He has to also be the monkey bar champion of 2020.
Yes, and they do the playground thing where you hang off the monkey. Those of you that have never seen monkey bars, you hang off them. There are these bars that hang above a gravel pit.
What is a monkey bar?
It's hard to explain. And you then wrap your legs around each other and try to pull the other person off so they fall down. And now that I'm an adult and I understand the implications of pain and injury, man, we did stupid fucking shit when we were kids.
Can I interject there? As a kid, I figured out it was painful because I was the one who lost, and he would pull you off.
On the monkey bar was the Messiah.
Yeah,
monkey bar walking.
Did you remember the people that would climb on top of them?
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
That's what. Yeah, the person that's on the very top and then steps on your hand so you drop. Yeah, I remember that fucker. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you, Harrison. Fuck you.
I remember you, Scotty. I remember.
We gotta sneak to the top side.
No.
Don't let anyone see you.
But so eventually what happens is Eustace beats Katz, throws him into the taffy. Eustace and Muriel climb off, and he just keeps yelling, like, "What's the ingredient?" And Muriel just yells back, "It's vinegar."
Which she said before, by the way.
Yeah, she said
several times. But it's because no one wants to believe it's vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you don't... Yeah. And he probably would have still dumped her anyways, right?
Yeah,
so.
And then at the end, we go to the county fair, I guess. It's the sweet stuff contest, and Muriel wins in a very large pickle Katz, because he's like stuck in pickle taffy, I guess.
Yeah,
whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, I think they just want to make him a pickle. I just think it was funnier that way.
It looks, fucking funny as shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's the original Pickle Rick right there.
That's the thing. That's not what taffy looks like. That's what a pickle looks like.
That looks
So,
like some sort of fucking just candy,
Yeah.
like hard candy.
Since Tim did synopsis, I get to do trivia.
Oh, go
shit.
for it, Dad. Yeah, I'm down.
Tim won that trade.
Yeah, he did. So that's the whole episode. It's fucking weird, and not as weird as The Fly, and I think The Fly is a better episode. Before I get into trivia, I think the Courage the Fly is more fun to watch and more enjoyable, even though this is a Cats episode.
Right. Agreed. I
but,
also, at the end of
go
that
ahead.
episode, they do say that it is the 43rd annual Nowhere
Correct.
Secret Stuff. So it's
Oh,
implied
man,
that
so
Cats has received 43
Cats is-
second place trophies.
Yes, that's a lot. That's a lot, dude.
Yeah. Agreed.
And annual, so it is yearly. The kitchen where Cats makes the jam monster resembles Cajun Fox's kitchen in Cajun Granny Stew.
It does. And
Which-
he
yeah.
does have the
Fuck,
same
I didn't know
stripes as the fox, right?
Yeah, he's got weird stripes in this one that I don't remember him having. I could just be misremembering because it's been a while since we've seen
I'm
a Cats
probably
episode.
misremembering because
Yeah.
But like, it is the fact that I don't know. Like, early Cats definitely didn't have stripes.
man. Fuck.
but-
Sorry, I dropped something.
Man,
But-
he's making a point.
Early Cats didn't have stripes. I think every iteration from this season on has stripes.
Agreed. I think so. But
Yeah,
we won't know until the next.
And
Cats
also, like,
episodes,
it is the same kitchen, but it has the same. But also, they don't talk about this
Better
fact. It is, but they also don't talk about the fact that, like, you see the transition from like dirt nowhere to like weird Cajun Granny Stew, like weird trees. Remember the weird trees
You're
from Cajun
right.
Granny Stew?
Yeah, because outside the candy shop, it is like that
Yeah.
weird grassy
Yeah.
Oh my god.
landscape.
Yeah, so like there's definitely I don't know if that's a reference to Cajun Granny Stew or if it's just like, hey, we already have a background.
We need a background for the scene.
So
you know what I mean?
I should kind of point this out. The reason we haven't like interviewed like Cohen or Dilworth yet is because I'm trying to get a list of things together. And that's one of the things I might ask him now is that like is these two
You mean-
episodes kind of connected?
You mean besides the fact that
we haven't asked.
Well, I mean, like, it's not time yet. It just isn't time yet.
We need to be. You know what? We just need a little bit more people behind us, and
Yeah, we need some more
No, we
sponsorships. Purple.
maybe get some Inquisition behind us.
Purple, fuck you.
We need
Read the
some,
rest of the
we need
trivia.
we need some meal plans. HelloFresh.
We
I use it.
We need some Skillshare.
we need to be able
cool.
to look presentable. Dollar Shave Club.
I
We
would.
need to have our own website, Squarespace.
Hey, we need to, do some raids, Shadow
Man.
Open.
I
We
need to be able to eat fucking
Wendy's.
fucking Blue Apron.
We need to have more things to look at and talk about. Microsoft Flight Simulator 10.
That'd be awesome.
Anyway.
That'd be one of the best sponsorships ever. We'll fly to nowhere every day. I
I
swear.
forgot about it. It's like I just ran out of stereotypical podcast ones.
Oh, come on.
We need a knife missile, Raytheon.
Hey man,
What about headphones? You actually have one of the headphones.
Oh yeah, we need some like good everyday bass boosted earbuds that you can use for say workout or to go on a run or
That are
just to listen
cordless.
to your favorite podcast that are true wireless and connect to any device. Raycon.
and before we go any further, we're not sponsored by anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
we're
but if you
not.
want to, like if you want to though,
Great.
like tweet us. This is also the first time Eustace uses the Ooga Booga Booga mask on someone other than Courage.
Oh yeah.
This is
What an
the
asshole.
this is the second time Eustace fights Cats directly. The first time was in Cats Club when he was a wrecking ball.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
he
Yeah,
did.
he did. Yeah.
And then the Nowhere Sweet Stuff contest may be related to the Sweet Stuff Bakery as seen in Heads of Beef.
Hey, just saying.
Oh my god, I forgot about Heads of Beef. It was one of
Yeah.
my favorites.
That's a good episode.
good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the Katz. Nope. What is this one called? I can't remember.
Katz Kandy, motherfucker.
Oh yeah. I'll start the rating.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, go for it.
It's a weird episode. Like it's good. I
It is
don't think
all
it's.
over the place.
I also don't think it's as good as other Cats episodes. I also don't think we've had as many dark and like this is just in general. We haven't had as many dark and like intimidating episodes as we've had in season 1, which makes me like kind of upset as we go through the whole thing. And like Katz initially was a character who I was like, oh, he's a spooky dude, and now I'm just like, he's just kind of another slapstick character.
This episode does downplay him quite a bit. I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah.
This whole season's been sort of like weird.
It's been very odd.
Nonsense.
Well, it's
very avant-garde, man.
Can you remember? So, like, I think Rick and Morty is a really good like mirror to Courage the Cowardly Dog, because I think like at some points like you try to be super funny, but then you have like Dan Harmon, how he writes, and Justin Roiland, how they write, is it gets dark, it gets shitty, like it gets really rough.
Yeah, we've also had 0 Eustace deaths this season.
And that's sad.
But
like 0 true.
Everybody wants Eustace to die.
We've also had 0 other deaths too.
Right. But the point I'm trying to make with that is that like Rick and Morty season 2 up until a point was like this, where it was like it wasn't dark.
Yeah.
The first couple episodes were not dark. They were just kind of like, oh, let's just go on adventures and shit. And then it hit.
Yeah, I mean, we're on episode 6 by this point, but yeah, on season 2.
I think we'll get to a point where it's going to be.
We'll have some deeper ones.
Yeah, I think so. And
deeper might not be the correct word.
I hope so. I mean,
but
yeah, no. Sorry, Sheldon. I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead.
Oh, then don't worry, asshole.
All right.
What is your rating, Sheldon?
I didn't have anything to say.
That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll start the rating and start wrapping things up, even though we kind of did weird things. I'm gonna give
weird, man.
Oh well.
And I'm trying to even think like what I can rate shit out of, and it's weirder because like it's much more linear than every other episode that we've kind of covered so far this season.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm going to rate this. I'll give it like 2.5 purple jujubes out of 5.
Okay.
It's a good episode, but if you compare it to other Cats episodes, I think it isn't as good because Katz is not as strong and intimidating. Like if Katz,
he's more of a filler villain than he is.
If he was like more intimidating like he was in Cat's Motel, I think this would make it a better episode, but it just seems like everything happens kind of so quick that it makes me not like as on edge to what will happen next.
Right. Agreed.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Sheldon, what are you thinking for this episode?
Oh, I'm gonna rate it 4 Billy Club sandwiches out of
yeah, we didn't
out of 5.
We didn't
mostly because
it's okay.
I had a lot of fun, but the problem is I can't tell if it's because the episode was good or if it's because of the amount of drinks I've had. I think it was a good time.
He's honest, folks.
That's how the podcast works, right? When you do a drunk
He's
podcast,
honest,
like
I had a good time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just so people know, when we were watching the episode, Taylor asked why Courage pulled a club out
There's
of
a
the
massive
fridge.
club. There's a massive club with fucking teeth and shit on it. And I go, why was it? And he pulls it out of the fridge. And I said, why is it in the fridge? And Sheldon goes, it's a club sandwich, Taylor. And I fucking died. I died.
That's
the funniest goddamn joke that anyone's ever told on this podcast.
That's why we're so low energy.
It makes me want to stop.
That's why we're so low energy. We started. We've already peaked.
Holy shit.
I will give this episode probably a 3.5 taffy pullers out of 5.
Not a taffy puller, it's taffy pummeler.
I stand by what I said.
Fuck you.
The other reason I give it a 3.5 because I feel like it was better than Courage to Fly because it was less chaotic. There was less weird shit happening.
I think,
But-
yeah.
At the same time, I think it's definitely not the best Cats episode. Not at
No,
all.
I don't
Oh
think
no, definitely not.
Not at
No.
all.
We didn't do a fan fiction corner this episode. Sorry. These were good episodes. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
We will eventually.
Eventually, we'll go back. I promise.
right.
Yeah, it was good. I know that we have some interesting things that are possibly coming in the next few months.
Sure.
So be aware of that, folks that listen to us regularly.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
loud. That was real loud.
I'm on the ground.
Oh. Good time to end then, right?
Yeah, Sheldon's on the ground. We are very happy that you listen to us. We're going to try real hard to keep things scheduled for month by month. But
Yeah.
we're three dudes that record when we can. So just deal with that and know that we care that you listen. And we're glad that you're here.
And we
If
do
you wanna,
do look at everything you say in both YouTube, Twitter,
Yeah.
any kind of review you leave. We do see all those things, even though we haven't
Yes.
called all of them out.
Yeah.
We do appreciate all that. We really do.
Yeah. Best way if you want to get in contact with us is the @liquid_podcast on Twitter. That's probably what we just easiest checked regularly.
Yeah.
I check it every day.
We're happy to be back. We're gonna
Hopefully
again.
it won't be this long before the
No,
next.
it
No.
shouldn't be. Tim and
I'm
I have been
going to
talking
Florida.
about some fun stuff. Hopefully we get it out to you. I'm not going to give you any kind of confirmation, but be on the lookout for a fun drop. Probably.
YouTube.
Would you say probably YouTube?
I
Yeah.
would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
Um,
that might be a precursor for other things we do in the future. So if you like it,
Yeah.
a like, shares, all that would be greatly appreciated.
Yep. Follow Tim's Twitter. It's another Twitter account.
At
that's-
Tim TIMMTV18 on Twitter.
Yep. He sometimes plays games online too.
Yes.
Um,
I also do
Sometime.
interviews with famous people, but let's just
yeah.
downplay
You plug that one. What's that? The Collector's
The
Magazine?
Collector's
What is it?
Maze, yes.
Yeah.
You'll see if you go to
There's-
my Twitter.
Yeah. But we will we'll cover some fun stuff. And we're happy you're here. As always, I'm Taylor. I'm nice to see you guys. And then I'll let the other two boys outro us and we'll leave.
Bye, everybody. I'm Tim. Bye.
Bye. I'm
Sheldon
Sheldon, and I'm
He's
on the floor.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye. Love you.
That was the Liquid Courage Podcast. An in-depth look every episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog. On the next episode, we check out Nowhere TV and Mega Muriel the Magnificent. Music was provided by Visionless. You can find them at www.soundcloud.com/VISIONL3SS. We do not own the rights to Courage the Cowardly Dog. Until next time, have a wonderful night.
I don't think so. Supposed to be buffalo. Don't know how, but I go back and work on problem. Should be buffalo. Why? I don't think so.